to Arizona Business Spotlight. I'm Helen Gibson. We are learning so much about how to grow a business, how to build the perfect team. And joining me in studio right now is Anna Mae Corey from the Arizona Pines Motel, talking about family-run business. So Anna Mae, welcome.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
You know, we were talking a few months ago when we met at a chamber mixer about the importance of running a business and running it well. And I can't think of any better example to have on Arizona Business Spotlight than you, Anna Mae, and your family.
Oh, you're very kind. Yes, our family-owned business, my partner Bob and I started it in 2001, when we realized that...
What a lovely family.
What we realized is that a retirement plan might be a good idea, and we were in real estate. The motel came for sale, so we thought we'd buy it, and it was only 14 rooms at the time.
And you've been through some renovations now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So where are we at now with rooms?
Well, in 14 rooms to start with, my father taught me to always live under my means. That was a good feeling to always have, which is a good business strategy. So we took the profits and reinvested it into the motel. By beginning, we paved the parking lot, and then we added a swimming pool. And 5 or 6 years later, we actually added on another 10 rooms. So we're now 25 rooms. And we took the profits and put it back in by adding, better bedding. We have 3-sheet beds, and we're with the times in terms of cleanliness and modern.
Look at these
rooms.
Facilities. That was the thing that impressed me when I was looking at, I went to your website and I was looking at the pictures of the facility, and those beds, oh my goodness.
Right, we use Serta beds and we triple sheet them, and our prices are reasonable for what we have to offer. We have many customer comments about the cleanliness of our rooms, and that has a lot to do with my family that works with us, my son and his wife Martha, and our granddaughter Kiara. We all work together, and Martha oversees the whole, making sure that the rooms are ready for our guests.
You treat it like family.
Yes.
And so how would you prepare a room if somebody special was coming to stay with you?
Everyone's special. I don't know that we do anything different. It's just everyone is treated the same.
It's attention to detail, and that's a great business tip. You know, you mentioned what your father had taught you about living within your means, and then you reinvested that back in the business. And so growth of a business is a strategy in itself.
Yes.
And how you approach that and when to do that. And I think the fact that your family is watching over this business is a good point for our viewers that have family down in Phoenix or somewhere else, and we're going into the summer months, it's hot. This would be a great weekend retreat. I saw that flat screen TV
you saw that, yeah.
in the picture.
Yes.
I was like, after a day of hiking, and you're centrally located, you can relax in the Serta beds with the 3 sheets and the big screen TV, go for a swim in the pool.
Well,
it's a win-win.
The motel being built before the internet became popular and everyone having 2 or 3 devices that they travel with, we recently added a lot of plug-ins where we added lamps that have Wi-Fi plug-ins so that they can come with their laptops, their iPads, their cell phones, and everybody has 2 or 3 things they travel with, and you get to an older built place and there's nowhere to plug them in. So we added plenty of plug-ins now for internet connection.
And that can be very frustrating, especially when you have, like you said, a large family or just even a few people, but they have all their different plugins. I've been in hotels like that, and I'm looking for a plug, and I'm like, there's no plug.
Right, right. And then we've had times when someone would unplug a lamp to plug in their device, and then the next guest would come in and say, the lamp doesn't work. It's like, oh, okay, plug it in.
So, and you have some kitchenettes too. I noticed that in some of the units. So
yes, when we added on our 10 rooms, 8 of them we built little kitchenettes into them, because families who want to stay more than a day or two, it's very nice to save on meals. You can make, your breakfast and lunches, and it's a very nice convenience for people, and we don't charge that much more for those rooms.
Right. All right, we're going to take a quick break, Anna Mae, but I want to talk about hub and spoke locations and why this is the premier place to stay, the Arizona Pines Motel right here in Cottonwood. So we'll be back with more on Arizona Business Spotlight in just a moment.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
Back on Arizona Business Spotlight, I'm Helen Gibson. Joining me in studio is Anna Mae Corey with the Arizona Pines Motel. Going into the break, we were talking about hub and spoke place. Explain that to us.
Well, it just means that Cottonwood is such a central location where you can stay in Cottonwood at more affordable rates than often the resorts in Sedona. And you can hub to Sedona, you can go to Jerome. Many people go up to the Grand Canyon or up to the Monument Valley. They can go to Prescott, and they can stay in Cottonwood and do all those things.
Yes.
Now, when I first was trained in motel business was in the mid-90s, I used to go to travel shows and we'd have to explain where Sedona was. And instead of go from Phoenix to Flagstaff, we'd say, we'll stop in Sedona. Then Sedona became a buzzword in the late 1990s and the 2000s. And we just got back from a little trip in California this weekend and stopped to get gas, where we ran into about 10 or 12 Harley motorcycle guys. So we talking to them and we said, well, where you been? Where are you going? And they says, well, we're going home to California, but we've been in Sedona, Cottonwood area. And they combined the two words. And I went, Cottonwood, yes, they have. We've now gotten on people's lips.
Yay!
As a, Cotton as a destination, as a place where you can hub and spoke and travel out of.
The growth of Cottonwood. I know you have a little story you're going to share with us, but I have to do a little plug. #1 on TripAdvisor.
Yes.
That is huge.
From the beginning of TripAdvisor, which was 6 years ago, we get wonderful customer comments, and customer referrals and comments are really important now, because that's where people look to see where to stay.
Yes.
We've been #1 from the beginning of TripAdvisor, so that's almost 7 years now.
So if people are planning a family reunion or wedding reception, or a place for people to stay for a wedding in this area, retreat, that would be to call you.
Yeah,
we call ahead.
We get a lot of those, and because we are a local show, and perhaps the local people are watching. We want to recommend that when you have guests to visit you and you don't have room for them, that you'd be very proud to send them to the Pines, and they'll come back and say, that was really nice stay.
Yes, it was. Even if you have room for them, call the Arizona Pines.
Maybe you want them to come and stay somewhere else.
All right, I want to hear this story about the growth of Cottonwood, because I've moved here from the Valley, from Phoenix, so my husband and I moved up here about 7 months ago, and we have fallen in love with Cottonwood and the whole area of Verde Valley, but I love to hear the stories.
Well, just was a story about how Sedona, Cottonwood are on people's lips now. And the growth has happened a lot with the publicity of the wine tasting, and the Old Town Cottonwood has really come on the map. You travel around and people say, oh, I want to go up and visit the wine country, and that has helped a lot. We also have wonderful attractions, which when you stay at our motel, we can help you book tickets on the Verde Canyon Railroad. We book the Blazin' M Ranch, and out of Africa, Jeep rides in Sedona, balloon rides. So we try to accommodate people with activities when they stay.
Right. So people coming out of town, anywhere in Arizona or across the nation. So if you have family or friends that are coming to this area, send them the link of this interview. You can go to Verde Valley TV YouTube and let Anna Mae do the story for you of why to stay at the Arizona Pines Motel, and then you don't have to worry about cleaning up for guests.
Right, right.
Anna Mae, Corey, just your journey, your tenacity, your perseverance, your professionalism. This show is Arizona Business Spotlight. I know you've encouraged a lot of people that are watching right now. One last business tip you might give someone that's thinking about going into business?
Well, the hospitality industry in the Verde Valley is a large one. I think it's second to mining. So anybody wanting to get employment in our area, the whole Verde Valley, there's a lot of places to get employment within the industry, whether it's the restaurants, hotels, resorts. And in Flagstaff, the NAU has a class, a 4-year, where you can get a degree in hospitality and restaurant management. So it's a big area where people can stay in the area and get jobs.
You brought a good point. So it's more than just a place for people to sleep when you're doing hospitality.
Yes, it's the restaurants and the attractions, which I mentioned that we support our attractions, and it helps everyone. We all support each other and help people know what to do when they get here.
That's right. One of the most famous guests that you can think of that have stayed at the Arizona Pines Motel, anybody interesting?
Oh, you're throwing me this.
No, we can't tell.
No,
that's confidentiality privilege. But one more business.
Ann Rankin, I'll tell you her. Ann Rankin.
Oh.
The dancer.
Yes.
She was there.
Wow, there's going to be many, many more, because I know that word's getting out about the Arizona Pines Motel. That's why we're having you on Arizona Business Spotlight. One more question about business, because you know you're a mentor to a lot of people. And what about the process and managing expectations? A lot of people want to start a business and they want it done overnight, but you're talking
Yes.
7 years.
You have to have a plan. You have to have your goals and not expect it to happen overnight. It took us 16 years of taking small steps and doing it within our budget and not overextending and then failing because we didn't have the budget to move forward.
Oh, wow. It's perseverance. So
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on Arizona Business Spotlight.
Thank you. I loved being here.
Anna Mae Corey with the Arizona Pines Motel. It doesn't get much better than that. We've so enjoyed having you on Arizona Business Spotlight today, and for gleaning from the professionals. Remember, you can and you will. Dream big, and we'll see you next time right here at Verde Valley TV. I'm Helen Gibson.